Are you prepared for any situation that comes your way? You know, having a small lockback knife on you at all times can be a game changer in terms of personal safety and convenience. From cutting loose threads to self-defense, a small lockback knife is an essential tool that every individual should consider carrying. In this video, we're going to explore the top reasons why you should always carry a small lockback knife and how it can benefit you in your daily life. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast, a commuter, or just someone who wants to be prepared, this video is for you. So watch until the very end to find out why a small lockback knife is a must-have for anyone who wants to stay safe and self-sufficient. Reason number one that I believe everyone should own and carry a small lockback knife is, hey, for the most part, they are very inexpensive, and they're cool, and there's such a variety to choose from out there. So, these knives here that we're looking at are, well, I would say at least under $20 or less. Now, we have here on the top is this Case Mini Blackhorn. Just a handy little knife made out of black Zytel, very lightweight. We've got this Buck Mini Buck is what they call it. Just a handy dandy little knife. You can always hit the antique stores and find a cool little knife like this. This is an old Kershaw, model number 9500, I believe. Or no, 5300, made in Japan. So I think this costs like $5 in an antique store. We got some vintage buck knives here. This model's no longer in production, but got this cool little knife right here. And out of the Bantam series of buck knives, you got this cool little fella right here. Isn't that neat? And like I said, all of these are no longer in production, but all of these are $20 or less. Now, I said inexpensive. You can always up your game, and you can go with a case lockback, something like this. It has this wonderful ultraviolet bone. So if you're dressing up just a little bit, why, hey, maybe you want to splurge a little bit and get a classy looking knife like this. Or some of the old buck knives, such as this one here. Little classier looking knife right there. So for the most part, are they not only inexpensive, except for like these two over here, they're widely available. And there's so much of a variety, different covers. Like here's another one of the little Nano Bantams by Buck in the OD green. And we've got one here with this lavender with the deer skulls on it. Let's move along to reason number two. Legality. Well, I know in some countries in the world, lockback is illegal to own or to have or to carry. Most of the states here in the United States, I don't know of every state's laws, but I don't know any state where a lockback in and of itself is illegal. But, and I encourage everybody, check your local knife laws, and if you're traveling, the knife laws in the states and counties and towns you're going to be visiting, because knife laws can vary. But I don't know of any jurisdictions here in the United States where you're going to get jammed up by carrying one of these little knives. A lot of the knife laws here in the states that I'm aware of all have to do with the length of the blade and not the locking mechanism. So not only legality, but hey, these are non-threatening. They're not aggressive looking. There's been situations, I've been in a store and somebody needed to cut a tag off when they were trying to check out, and the cashier didn't have any scissors and didn't have anything. You know, I pulled out a little knife, something like this. I cut the tag, the string off for them, and you know what? I was their hero. So yes, you can gain hero status just by having a nice little non-threatening knife such as this small lockback. Reason number three for me is, you know, it was in the early 60s when Buck came out with their famous folding hunter. And one of the great things about the folding hunter wasn't that it was the very first lockback. There's been different styles of locking knives in the past, but they kind of perfected this style of it. And so everybody started imitating their lock system. But you don't want to always have to carry a big big knife like this. But knife companies such as Kershaw here, this Timberwolf, which I'm not sure who made this. This was a Timberwolf 3 is what it's called. Bone handle, 440 stainless. It was made in Japan. SKB2 is the model number, but I don't know who made this knife. But my point is, it didn't take long for knife companies to come out and start making smaller versions of the Buck 110, such as this mini Buck. It's been around for many years. You can actually put this one on a keychain. But the locking mechanism is reliable. So if you have a small child, maybe you want to teach them how to use a knife, and just to get started, some simple whittling project, you can get a nice little knife like this, and it fits a small hand. They can get used to using a knife. Again, the locking, check your locking mechanism, but it's a pretty safe knife, a pretty safe locking mechanism for them to use. Now, if taking the case of a small child, you get them going on a small one like that as they grow up, or as their skills increase, as represented here with this Buck Bantam series, is once you get them used to using a knife, you can always increase in the size of knife. So here's the 4 different sizes of the Buck Bantam series. Again, these are out of production, but you can still find them in the box stores sometimes. So, just another good reason. Going along that with the child, most of these are budget knives. They have a budget steel in them, except, Buck does have the 420 HC, which is a very good steel. But compared to, your Magna Cut steels and some of your other steels, it's a pretty soft steel. It's a small blade. They have a simple blade shape to them. It's very easy to teach a child how to sharpen a knife, and you don't need a big knife sharpener or anything like this, just a small stone, and you can slowly teach them how to, sharpen and maintain their knife. Moving on to reason number 4 of why you should carry a small lockback is they are lightweight, they're easy to carry, they don't take up a lot of room in your pocket. So, we'll move those out of the way. Let's get the scale out here. And we can just see, we take the case. Look at that, under an ounce, 0.7 ounces. The little Buck Nano Bantam, 0.7 ounces. Check that out in grams. Check that out in grams. There we go, 20 grams. Yeah, 20 grams. Even this one that is metal, that's 32 grams. Check out ounces, 1.1 ounces. So even the one with the solid aluminum covers, hey, lightweight, they don't take up a lot of pocket space. They work as an excellent backup knife. Now in my situation, I used to carry what you'd call a tactical knife, a nice big blade on it. I did not want to use that blade for anything. It was an emergency use knife only. I did not want the blade dirty. I didn't want it dull. I didn't want it, all messed up, if you will. So I carried a little knife, something like a little Buck Bantam and a Nano Bantam or something similar. And I had one of these in my pocket. And so for my little daily EDC chores, like opening packages and stuff, I would use this little knife because, when you're opening packages, you get that gummy stuff from the tape and everything on it. And, it was easy to clean off this little knife, keep this little knife sharp. And I did not dull my big knife. You could do it in reverse. You might want to keep your big knife, depending on your job situation or your need for the knife. You might use your big knife for, cutting your cardboard and all this and that. But you carry a little thing like this in your pocket, something you never use except when you absolutely have to in an emergency. That way you've got a good sharp blade always ready to go. Now on with reason number 5 is these little knives make dandy little emergency knives and backup knives. Some people like to build little emergency kits. Like this is kind of a sample of a small emergency kit that I've made. You can buy these little plastic containers just virtually anywhere if you want. Of course, this one has, I wear glasses, so I got something to clean glasses, a couple antibacterial wipes, a couple band-aids, alcohol prep. There's a lot of different things that you can put in your little kit. Maybe you want to make a little fishing kit. Something extremely lightweight like this will just fit right in there. If this is a kit that you put up and you're not going to be using a lot, say it's in the hot trunk of your car or left in a camper or something, tackle box. If you're worried about rust, you can get one that, you know, this is a FRN or GRN type handle material. You don't have to worry about the handles rusting. You can always take a small bag or soak these in mineral oil first, dry them off, but leave them a little bit wet. Put them in a bag in there and seal it up like that. That'll help keep it from rusting. So once again, the small lockback, extremely versatile. It's reliable. They're handy. And if you want to step it up, you have ready-made church knives like this one here with this case ictus shield. You got the Christian symbol on it. It's just made to go into church or to a wedding or to a funeral. You need to have a knife on you. What's that? Rule number 9, always have a knife. You can pull these out. You're not going to scare people. And again, you might just be somebody's hero by helping them cut a string, open a package, or any other challenges you might face in your daily carry. Well, I've shared a few of my thoughts with you on why I think it's advantageous to carry a small lockback knife in your pocket. Hey, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you carry a small lockback? Should you? Or why don't you? Do you not like lockback knives? I don't know. I'm waiting to hear from you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, have a very delightful day.